Orders, welcome back to my channel. It's time for another recap of what went down on this week's episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter. Sidebar before we get into it, thanks for your advice about baking soda as like a skin mask. I'm not wearing makeup right now, just so you guys can see. I don't have any like particular problems I'm trying to target, like maybe shrinking down my pores. But I was like, oh my God, like an exfoliant that you can just make at your home. So I got a lot of mixed messages. Some people said it was amazing. Some people said it was horrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try one mask over the weekend, Sunday, and I'll let you guys know how it goes ultimately. Okay. We shall see. So let's get into this week's episode. So in this week's episode, Cheyenne threw her daughter, Ryder, the most luxurious birthday party I have ever seen, like, on this show, on any Teen Mom franchise. Like, it was absolutely incredible. I loved seeing everybody together. Ashley must have been real upset at home, because obviously she was not invited after the altercation that went down during family reunion, where she spat on Briana. Ashley, you shouldn't have spat on that girl, because Briana and her mom were in the wrong the entire time. So it just sucks that Ashley's the one who ultimately ends up getting iced out, because she just took things a little bit too far, even though she was the victim in that entire situation, right? We'll get into that. And by the way, this woman is rich, rich, rich. Jesus. So we get to see Corey rolling into Cheyenne's house, and he announces that he wants to go compete on the challenge again. It has been 2 seasons since he competed on the show. This is a big part of his life. So of course he wants to get back in action. Listen, I support people being I paused to laugh because all of a sudden the song popped up in my head, and it's so embarrassing. I don't know if you guys have heard that song, Physically Fit. Physically Fit. I don't know who, I think it's a dance hall song or something like that. But I like support people being like healthy, physically fit. And that is what the challenge like motivates Corey and like a bunch of other like MTV stars to do. And it's just awesome to see that for him and for everybody else. So go Corey. I hope you have a great time doing that. Now, when he was talking about like doing the show, Ryder asked him questions, and he's like, Ryder, did you know that your mom used to compete on this show as well? Ryder was really surprised, and he's like, in fact, that is actually how we met. And then we get to see this adorable clip of tiny little young Cheyenne competing on the challenge way back when. And it was so cute. Then you see Corey talking about how he thinks she's like the most beautiful person in the world. I gotta be honest with you guys. It's a shame that they didn't work out. Like, they made a really beautiful couple. They made a really beautiful daughter together and everything. I think Cheyenne just makes beautiful kids. I think her family just makes beautiful kids, because her son is gorgeous too, and her sister's son is also gorgeous. But it sucks that they didn't work out. I'm sorry, but I would have shipped them together as a couple. Now, by the way, I might go back and watch her season just for the love story. So it turns out that Briana didn't actually give Devon the money that we saw him flaunting on Instagram, where he was like, oh, shout out to my baby mama. She had told him that she would do it, but then I guess he was like, oh, well, she's going to give me the money. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my own money for now, spend it at the strip club, and then reimburse myself when she gives me money. And it's like, ew, like, how lame is that? This guy was on the show. Like, he took her to a therapist to cry about how he wants to step up as a father and be there for his daughters, but he can't because he doesn't have the money for like this registration sticker or whatever for the car. Meanwhile, he's got money to go to the strip club to give away. He's crazy, absolutely crazy. This man, throw him to the bushes, girl. He's hopeless. By the way, I did just put up a video about how he got evicted from his apartment. Yeah, he didn't pay rent. Then the management company sent him a notice like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, why aren't you paying rent? He did not respond. And then boom, evicted. Okay. So he's just got a lot going on. So I hope that Briana just like leaves him in the past where he belongs. Now, Zach and Cheyenne are at the house playing with the kids when Zach receives a text from Devon telling him that he's in LA. And this happens to be, the weekend of Ryder's birthday party. And he's like, yeah, Sean told me that y'all were having a birthday party for Ryder. Oh, like the lack of shame. I could never, and I have never in my life called someone up that didn't invite me to something and been like, hey, I'm going to be around in case you want to invite me to this thing that you didn't invite me to. Like, ew, the lack of shame is wild to me. Absolutely not. If you're not invited, it's because they don't want you there typically, right? Like, and it's fine. So now Cheyenne asks Zach if he thinks that Devon is actually just in town because he heard Briana was going to be in town and he wants to be near her. And yeah, I don't know. That was quite interesting. So Briana comes down to the house. I guess Briana and Cheyenne are pretty close these days because Briana was actually going to be sleeping over at Cheyenne's house. So Cheyenne asks her, like, hey, what's the tea? Is Devon after your cookie? What's happening? And then Briana lets her know about like Strippergate and that they actually haven't spoken together like since that happened. And yeah, so that kind of put the kibosh on the entire thing. Now, let me just go back. I know that a lot of people are triggered by how rich Cheyenne is, but wow, those people must have felt a lot of pain watching this episode because that wealth was on full display. You know, she's richer than the girlies on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Those girls are real budget, okay? They could never throw a birthday party like this for their children. Like, this was huge. This was epic. I would have loved to be invited to this, but unfortunately, I'm too old. This is for 6-year-olds, and I'm pushing 30 here. They had like the stand where I saw Zach telling like Jade's daughter, Chloe, to take whatever she wants from like this like free clothing stand and the nail polish stand, and then just like make herself some sort of a gift basket. I was like, all this stuff just for free. And then they even had like this cotton candy machine stand place. I was like, oh my God, like it just goes on and on and on and on. Like, this is huge, you guys. Again, I really, really loved how they brought everybody from like Teen Mom, OG, Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. All of them were there. I did wonder why Macy wasn't there. I didn't see Leah there, but listen, they've got a lot going on, so I get it. But look at all these people. Let me see who we've got. We've got Devon, who by the way, Devon was not even on theme. I hate when that happens. You invite someone last minute, they don't show up on theme, they make no effort, and they just ruin the damn photos, you know? And he didn't even bring anything. He brought a half-empty water bottle. He could have brought a toy for Ryder. He could have brought a bottle of Tropicana orange juice without pulp for their children. And he couldn't even do that. Like, he just strolls on in there, getting ready to take. I'm sorry, but I get the ick whenever people show up to parties empty-handed. It's just to me. Then we got Brianna's sister Brittany, her fiance Luke is there, Kayla's there. Then there's the Kaya's there. Who else is there? Jade got her crew. She's got Chow. She's got that other girl that she's been bringing around and whatnot. Kaya's mom was there. Then Cheyenne's sister was there. She has that name, the letter of the alphabet. Alphabet was there. And let me just say this. Kaya is always so damn fly. I love her sense of style and everything. Like, her hair is always laid and she just wears the cutest little things. Like, she is so fly to me. I'm like, yes, every time I see her, I get it, girl. You are so cute. So, and you know, all of them looked amazing. And I love Jade's outfit with like her glasses and stuff. Like, that BBL has her looking snatched. Okay. So she looks good. Kayla looks really good too. Like, they're all looking incredible and they look happy, which is the most important thing. So this party, you guys, was like Kardashian level, which reminded me that Ryder goes to school with the Kardashian kids. I was like, Jesus, how much money do these people have? Someone adopt me here. Now, I do want to ask you guys, speaking of Dusty Devon popping up with nothing in his hands to this child's birthday party that he invited himself to. If I was going to invite myself somewhere, I would show up with something extra. I would show up with a gift, a drink, and a snack. You know what I mean? That way it's like, all right, well, if I'm going to impose, I'm going to at least bring some things for y'all. But this man just shows up, hand in his ass, ready to just like eat and drink their food with nothing. You know what I mean? Ugh. So speaking of him, how the hell did he get the money to fly to LA? Isn't he supposed to be broke? How did he get the money for this NBA game? That was his excuse for being in LA. He was like, oh yeah, my friend and I were supposed to watch this game. I don't know if it was the Lakers or the Clippers or whatever, but they were supposed to watch this game. That fell through and he's here. So where's the money at? Where's he staying? Like, you know, does he have money for that? Like, how is he getting around town? LA is not exactly walkable. You know, you kind of need a car typically. So how all of that is happening with a broke man, it doesn't really make that much sense to me. I kind of suspect that he was kind of just like pushed to go to LA by producers for a storyline so we can get a confrontation between him and Briana. And it does end up happening. And it was pretty anticlimactic. anti-climactic, to be honest with you. She just let him know that she is not cool with him. She doesn't appreciate him flaunting money he doesn't have on Instagram. And he kind of just sits there and, you know, that's that basically. And I would have hoped for more, but listen, they're at Cheyenne's daughter's birthday party. So of course they did not want to cause a huge scene, which I totally understand. Now, speaking of moms, let me just say this. Cheyenne's mom, Margaret, is super sweet, super cute. And I love the way that she was like supporting Jade through her situation with like her parents being in rehab and everything like that. She's like, listen, Jade, you are doing so great. Keep at it. You are breaking the cycle for your daughter. Go, Jade, go. Like she was really, really encouraging. And she listened a lot when Jade kind of talked about how hard it is to have parents who are this way, right? They're just battling substance abuse your whole entire life. And you feel like you're the one stuck raising them and they're not even your kids. And you got your own kids to raise. It's a lot. You know, I don't know how she does it. And, so I didn't know how close Cheyenne and Jade were, because when it was time to go pick up Ryder from Corey's house or take her to Corey's house or whatever to say goodbye for the challenge, Cheyenne drove the girls on her own. Like she was there with Chloe and Ryder, like as if they were sisters. At first I thought that was one of her sisters from like, you know, the kids that Corey has with Taylor. I was like, oh, is that one of the girls? She looks like, you know, taller than I remember. But no, it was Jade's daughter alone with Cheyenne. I was like, that is so cute. Like, isn't it adorable when friends like watch over each other's kids? Oh, and then the kids are acting like siblings or whatever. My sister has a son. And then my friend, well, long story. I talked about this to my channel members, but a former friend of mine, her cousin has a son and they're the same age and they look very similar and they live in a similar area. And so like for a long time, like that friend and I were like trying to get them together, like go. They're both only children, like, you know, they need to like get to know each other and stuff. It would be so awesome. Then you guys need to be friends so you can have mom friends. And they finally like met up maybe a year ago or something like that, a year and a half, 2 years ago. And they hit it off like crazy. They're like besties now. And then the sons are besties now. And it's perfect. They do sleepovers, like they do babysitting for each other. Like it's so perfect. And so like, I loved seeing that between Cheyenne and Jade as well. It was really, really cute to see. And Ryder's actual dress that she wore for like her actual birthday party after like the groovy 60s, 70s party was super cute and like, you know, all adorable as you could expect. And, you know, something funny happened, right? So Zach, he was showing the boys around the house and I guess like he got bored or tired. Maybe they got their 10,000 steps in for the day. And then they came back to the kitchen to get a little snack or something. And then we see him say, oh guys, I forgot to show you the other half of the house or like the rest of the house. And I was like, damn, if someone comes to my place here, mind you, it's like an apartment at 35 square meters, so 350 square feet, I'd be like just standing here and pointing to literally everything. So this is this is that. That's my bedroom. That's my bath. That's it. You know, you wouldn't need to take all these steps, get a golf cart in there or nothing like that. So it was kind of like funny seeing how big their house is and like how they had to take a break or something midway through walking around. So as he shows them the rest of the home, they go to his bedroom with Cheyenne, which to me was a really odd place to stop. I'm like, all these damn rooms, and y'all got to stop in the bedroom. Y'all don't got an office or something where you could stop to film this. I don't like having all this energy in my bedroom. You know what I mean? It's like, chill, please. I don't want no bad luck in my bedroom, just to say. But yeah, while they're in the bedroom, they talk about how, you know, Devon is in LA. What is he there for? Coochie or basketball? And he's like, listen, I didn't come to LA for Briana, but if she's DTF, I'm DTF. And so I was like, yeah, I bet you are, you raggedy dusty. Anyway, then the episode basically ends there. It was a sweet episode. Like it was kind of like, you know, more uplifting than the typical episodes. We still had like those sad storylines that were dragging us down here and there, but I really focus on the positive and the exciting and the joyous moments of the episode, which to me were Ryder's epic, iconic, huge, beautiful, stunning birthday party, okay? And just how it brought everybody together. Everybody was on point, looking stunning, refreshed, and just glowing, you know, with joy and happiness. And yeah, like that was the most important thing for me this episode. And I was really glad we got to see that like heavily featured, you know? So Voila, you guys, a recap of what went down on this week's episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter. As usual, I want to know what you have to say about it, so please make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.